We welcome you all inside 12th Man Studios in the south end zone of Kyle Field. I'm Will Johnson, and this is the latest edition of The Beat. Texas A&M is only in their fourth season of basketball in the Southeastern Conference, and on Saturday, they welcomed the old guard, the league's blue bloods, the Kentucky Wildcats. This turned into the grandest of theater. ESPN College Game Day was here, a primetime tip-off on national television, and a contest that could go a long way in deciding the SEC champion. It even required an extra act. The scene is set Saturday from Reed, Texas A&M versus Kentucky. It was the first time in school history the basketball edition of the popular ESPN series College Game Day visited the A&M campus. The hour-long show was set inside Reed Arena and would help set the stage for the main event that evening. Kentucky came into Aggieland as the hottest team in the conference, if not the entire country. The Wildcats had posted 4 straight double-digit wins over SEC foes. This would be a true test to the quality and fight of this Aggie club. As the game got underway, you just got the feeling this was destined to be a heavyweight bout. Texas A&M would make a run and take a lead, but Kentucky had answers. The Wildcats hit some big shots and took an advantage, but the Aggies came up with their own responses. That's what made this one great. A&M relied on their three-point shooting early. In fact, their first 5 field goals were all from beyond the arc, courtesy of Jalen Jones and DJ Hogue.
Collins goes to Jones. Let's go with a 3. Got it! The Aggies have a 3-2 lead. Collins races to the other end. Goes to Jones. He lets fly with a 3. Got it! Wow. 6-4. It's Texas A&M.
Caruso from the corner can't make the 3. And the weak side rebound to Gilder. Hogue a deep one. Got it!
Center Tyler Davis was a focal point. UK did not possess the front court size to handle the freshman. He would be a load and a weight the Wildcats couldn't shed. After 20 minutes, Kentucky took a 1-point lead into the break. Second half, the Aggies go on the largest run of the game and took an 8-point lead. However, right on cue, back come the Wildcats. Their guard duo of Tyler Ulis and Jamal Murray, a big part of Kentucky's scoring down the stretch. Fast forward, 20 seconds left in the game. After a missed free throw from Kentucky kept the score tied, the Aggies had a chance to win it in regulation. Danuel House would get off a shot, however it fell short. Keep the curtain open and the lights on. This performance needs an encore. 5 more minutes overtime for the second straight year between these two. 9 seconds left in the extra frame. Aggies down 1. Anthony Collins drives into the lane. His layup falls short. Isaac Humphrey gets the board. Quickly the Ags foul. However, through Humphrey's celebration, he spikes the ball onto the floor, which by rule is a technical foul. The Aggies get 2 free throws.
First one is a make, ties the game at 76, 9.4 seconds.
I'm always amazed by guys who can do that. Don't take a dribble, just pick it up and shoot it.
Next one, made that one. The Aggies take the lead, 77-76.
Skal Labissiere, who checked in for Humphreys, would take the free throws for Kentucky for the earlier foul. He would make the front end, but missed the second shot. Tie game. Aggies ball. 4 seconds. Another chance to win it. After a couple of timeouts, the anxiety in the arena was palpable. A real opportunity was coming. A chance to rejuvenate a season and to topple a true basketball power.
On the baseline, House, 2 seconds to go, goes inside, put back, good! Davis hit a putback, and A&M won it!
How about that?
There's the official word. A&M knocks off Kentucky to tighten things up in the SEC.
This portion of the beat is brought to you by ASCO, your place for case construction equipment in Texas. We welcome you back to 12th Man Studios and the Beat. On Saturday from Reed Arena, it was Texas A&M 79 and Kentucky 77 in overtime. The Aggies now the number 21 ranked team in the country. We have with us on set Alex Caruso and Jalen Jones. Jalen in the game had 24 points. Alex had 10. Just a terrific contest, and we're going to talk to them about it. Alex, let me start with you. the stage you were on. ESPN's College Game Day shows up. It's a primetime matchup with the A crew and everything like that. The opponent, it's Kentucky. I mean, could you feel it throughout the day leading up to the matchup?
Definitely. They were in town for a couple days before that, and they'd been to the practices, had a coach mic'd up for one of those. So I mean, the atmosphere was already built, and we kind of felt it even getting closer to game time, as packed as Reed was.
Jalen, when it's that kind of situation, that stage I just described, did you guys get together and kind of take it as a chance to showcase Texas A&M basketball to the country?
I think we just approached it as another game. You know, even though it was College Game Day, we didn't want to get caught into the hype. We just wanted to go out there and play as hard as we could and come out victorious, and we did that.
And Alex, I look back at the contest. Not only is it overtime and decided by a putback, which we'll get to in just a minute, neither team ever had a double-digit lead. And I marvel at 29 lead changes. I don't know if I've seen that many in a college basketball game. Just for you on the floor, was it as intense as it looked with something riding on every basket?
It was. Every possession was intense and was as important as the next one, I think, and that's what the 29 lead changes proves. It was just a really intense game, and I think every time a team needed an answer, whether it was us or Kentucky, they kind of delivered it.
Jalen, is that good preparation for March? Because that's what an NCAA tournament game is like, down to the wire, a lot of lead changes.
Of course, and when we get into March, it's going to be even tougher. And that game right there prepared us for what we have coming in store in the future. And man, got to give a lot of credit to Kentucky, man. They played their hearts out. We played our hearts out, and I'm just glad we came out victorious.
And it leads up to the final play. You guys are in overtime. It's tied. 4 seconds left, and you call a timeout. Jalen, can you discuss what you guys talked about in that huddle before going back out on the floor, which would result in Tyler's putback?
Well, Coach drew up a play, one of the plays that we run continuously in practice in case we get in that situation. And he just told us, to attack the rim, see if you can get something, put pressure on the rim. And House did a good job of that, and Tyler did his job and crashed the boards, and he did a putback and won the game. So it was great.
And I mentioned Jalen, he had 24 points, but Alex, what about Tyler? I mean, for a double-double to do that at the end of the basketball game, what does it mean for a freshman like that?
Yeah, I didn't realize until I went back and watched the game the next day that Tyler had so many rebounds. I knew he had the 15 points and the putback, obviously, to win the game, but I didn't realize the job he had done on the offensive glass and boxing out their bigs on the defensive end. It was a great performance, and we needed every one of those points and every one of those rebounds.
And Jalen, your 24 points keys to your success in this contest against Kentucky.
Well, my teammates always do a great job of finding me in the right spots, and they always build confidence in me to help me take some shots that I take, and just got it going early and try to stay steady on both ends of the floor.
And Alex, one of the things this game did, you're one spot behind Kentucky in the SEC championship. Got 4 games to go here. Kentucky's got a tough road down the stretch. Was this important, even before March Madness hits and that NCAA tournament and things like that? Was this game important because you guys, first and foremost, are trying to win an SEC championship?
Yeah, I think this game was make or break kind of for the rest of the league. I mean, if we lose this game, Kentucky has 2-game advantage on everybody, and 1 game loss for them doesn't mean anything. And I don't foresee them losing if 1 game any more than 1 game. So I mean, this is big for us just to be in the chase and in the hunt and keep Kentucky kind of in our sights.
Yeah, Jalen, a lot of people, when you guys have the type of season you're having, people, I think fans, they want to revert to March. All right, what's this team going to do in March? But you can't lose sight of what a conference championship, especially in this league, that's probably going to put about 6 teams in the NCAAs, what a conference championship would mean to the program.
I mean, it would mean everything. That's why the coaches do a great job every day of keeping us locked in and not worried about the tournament, but the next game. Let's worry about the next game, and then the future will take care of itself. And, hanging the banner up for the SEC championship, I mean, would mean everything to this team.
And what did the atmosphere mean to you Saturday with the Reed Rowdies? Vaughn Miller was on hand, all that.
Oh, man, it was incredible, and it was a game for the ages for Reed.
Now, you've seen plenty from Reed before you even put on an Aggie uniform. I mean, where does this rate, even though you saw it from a different angle, down on the floor as a player?
It is a little different being a player, just some of the games that we've had here. I'm not as emotionally, I think, heightened because I'm trying to stay focused. But going back and watching the game and watching how competitive it was, and the atmosphere, and like you said, with game day being there, the stage that it was on, this is one of the best games that I think I've been a part of or watched since I've been a fan of A&M.
Great stuff on Saturday, guys. Good luck down the stretch looking for that SEC championship. Thanks so much for the time, fellas.
Thank you.
Jalen Jones, Alex Caruso, Texas A&M, a victor over Kentucky on Saturday. This portion of the beat is brought to you by Memorial Hermann, official sports medicine partner of Texas A&M Athletics. Welcome back to the beat. We have more for you from Saturday's contest, Texas A&M basketball against the Kentucky Wildcats. Von Miller, Aggie All-American turned world champion, was in attendance, and he was as boisterous as any Reed Rowdy or member of the 12th Man. At halftime, 12th Man Productions caught up with Super Bowl 50's MVP. There's a play they'll remember in Denver for quite some time, probably like John Elway's The Drive back in the 80s. That's your strip sack of Cam Newton that resulted in a touchdown, probably the biggest play of Super Bowl 50. Can you kind of take me through that, how you got to him, stripping the ball from him, and how big a play that was?
I mean, Coach Kohler, our defensive line coach, he had put in, all these rush plans for us, and when they showed us that formation, he just wanted to get me and DeMarcus outside of those guys to let Wolf and Malik rush. And I had a great jump on the ball, came around the corner, just wanted to get the ball out. It came out. Malik was there to pick it up. That was probably the quickest touchdown run I've seen. But yeah, Malik was there to pick it up, and we just rode off that momentum.
You still, as a professional, end a lot of interviews with thanks and giggle. Why still do that now, deep into your NFL tenure? I
mean, it's my foundation. It's who I am. People talk about the fashion and the swag and all that stuff, and it's come from here at Texas A&M. This is my foundation. This is where it's all started, and every time I get a chance to give it back, I like to do it.
Yeah, and last question for you. You think of the program today, now in the Southeastern Conference, competing against that rugged Western Division. How do you feel about the Aggies today and with what Kevin Sumlin's doing?
I feel great. I mean, you see the type of stadium that we got. You see the type of football team that runs out there every Saturday. It's been great. I've been truly pleased with the direction of our program. Everybody wants to win a national championship. I would like to win it next year, just like everybody else in Aggie land. But I feel like Coach Sumlin's done a phenomenal job with the organization and our team. It's been great.
We appreciate your time. Thanks for being here.
Yes, sir. Thanks and giggle.
Von Miller and the Denver Broncos were actually coached by an Aggie too. Gary Kubiak, their head man, was an A&M quarterback in the early 80s. Congratulations to both of them, and they'll look forward to defending that title next season. We're back with more success stories on the other side of the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. We have explored at length Texas A&M's basketball win versus Kentucky on Saturday, but there was far more going on with Texas A&M athletics this weekend. We begin with the crowning of a Southeastern Conference champion. The Texas A&M women's swimming and diving team went to Columbia, Missouri this weekend to compete against the best of the best, usually an event full of future Olympians, including some that have already participated in the games. The SEC championships are a showcase event. The Aggies soared above the rest. They took home the title, staving off Tennessee and Georgia. The Bulldogs had won the last 6 championships. Steve Boltman has built this program and placed it among the elite. Now the Aggies reach the top of the nation's strongest conference.
The girls just did a great job of racing. This is a long meet and it's tough. It's a lot of fun, but it is tiring. But I mean, they just wanted it, and we had a couple of races that could have gone a little better, but we also had a couple of them that really stepped up and I think surprised some people and not seated as high, but really came through and came down to they wanted it.
The Texas A&M women's swimming and diving team, SEC champions. Baseball got their season started this weekend, welcoming Hofstra down from Long Island. The Aggies swept the Pride in 3 games. A&M won 5-2 on Friday. Boomer White, in his first at-bat as an Aggie, ignited the season in the right way. A solo home run to left in the first inning. Saturday was about Hunter Melton. He went 5 for 5 with 2 home runs and had 6 RBIs. A perfect day at the plate. Also in the 5th inning, Ronnie Gideon tagged a grand slam that broke the game wide open. A&M wins 15-4. Sunday, the finale, a shutout. Tyler Ivey was the first true freshman to start on the mound on opening weekend since 2008. He threw 6 scoreless innings and was brilliant. Ty Schlotman and Mark Ecker finished things off. The Aggies complete the sweep with a 5-0 victory. So an excellent opening weekend for baseball. How about softball? They were every bit as good. They went out to Cathedral City, California for the prestigious Mary Nutter Classic. A fantastic field awaited them. The Aggies ran right through it, though. On Friday, 2 wins. One of them a 10-4 victory over 16th-ranked Central Florida. Saturday, a couple more victories. One of those, an 11-6 triumph versus 9th-ranked Washington. Sunday, in their first contest, the Aggies double up on number 10 Arizona, winning 8-4. Drama finally hit in their last game out in California. Down 7-3 to New Mexico entering the last inning and last chance, A&M scores 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th.
Swing and a miss. They're going to have to throw down to first, and Alderich's going to try and score. And she does! And the Aggies win! The Aggies win!
What a comeback to cap a thrilling weekend. The Aggies beat the Lobos 8-7, and they get to 6-0 in the Classic. Joe Evans and her squad are 11-1 overall. They have already beaten 3 top 10 opponents. Finally, women's basketball on a path to host the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament. They defeated Vanderbilt in Nashville on Sunday, 75-63. It gave them their 20th victory of the year. Courtney Walker continued a phenomenal campaign with 22 points in the game. Also, Chelsea Jennings scored 20, making 10 of her 13 shots. The Aggies head to Auburn on Thursday. They then host Kentucky in the regular season finale at Reed Arena on Sunday. Tip time, 3 p.m. Also, one more note from Saturday. Texas A&M Equestrian, the 3rd-ranked team in the country, defeated number 9 South Carolina. They have their final home match of the season coming up at the beautiful Hildebrand Equine Complex on March 5th. That is against top-ranked Auburn. We're back in a moment to close out the beat. Finally on this show, we want to tell you that Texas A&M Track and Field heads to Fayetteville for the SEC Indoor Championships beginning on Friday. Pat Henry and the men and women are there. So long, everybody. We'll see you on next week's edition